What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Daily Refinement. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me. This is part of my new series called Reseller Straight Talk, where I sort of give you guys an idea of what it's like to be a full-time reseller. I have chosen this as my career. I do this full-time, and I want to give you guys an idea of what I'm trying to build and just sort of give you guys an idea of the fact that I have never worked so hard in my life and seen such little results. And it's because a lot of the things that I'm doing do not have an immediate payoff. And I know that, and it's okay, I'll stay patient, but man, it would not get me Instagram likes if I posted that I'm consistently going to bed early. No one would care. You know, people want to see huge numbers and they want to see piles of packages, but like, you know, small things like eating out less, going to bed early. These aren't that exciting, but I know that with that extra energy, I can get the most important tasks done, which I'm going to go over right now with you. For me, these are my most important tasks. I'm not sure what they are for you, but maybe you guys can gain some insight from what I'm doing. So right now I have just under 7,000 items on all my platforms. I want to adjust 4% a day. So that's 280 items. That's very challenging. It takes a couple of hours a day for me to go through, adjust titles, pricing, pictures, donate some stuff that I think I should just get rid of in my attempt to shrink my store to about a 3,000 item store of a little bit higher ASP, around $50. So about 150 grand worth of stuff listed. I would like a 1/3 sell-through rate, which is around 33% per month. I'm around 27. So I like to bump that up and shrink my store. And usually when you shrink your store and focus, your sell-through rate goes up. So I'm going to hopefully follow that trend. But adjusting 4% a day doesn't have any immediate effect. It's just a slight uptick. But over time, I'm going to see that 6% increase I'm looking for. And I'm also going to see my ASP climb a little bit, which is where I want to be. So I know that those things that I'm doing are going to add up. The next thing I'm doing is this setup, this crazy thing I've been building over the last couple of years, can do 200 listings a day with 2 people. Pretty much any category except for electronics that require testing. We can look up the item and get it processed and put away. 200 in a day is the capacity. Now, that being said, because I'm shrinking my store, instead of doing 1,000 a week, which is what this is built for, I'm going to do 250 a week of better items that require a little bit more research. So we're going to spend more time researching what to buy, how many of them to buy, quality, condition, make, market conditions. We're going to spend more time doing that and less time listing, a quarter of the time listing actually, because 250 versus 1,000 means a lot of extra time to focus on what is selling well and finding those specific items. Actually, if you want to put it into time, it's 30 more hours to do more time, to do more work looking for stuff to sell. So that being said, 50 items listed 5 days a week is now my objective, the habit that I'm adding in. So one habit is adjusting 4% 7 days a week. Another habit is listing 50 items 5 days a week. Now for me, that's less than I was doing before. So it's going to actually, I'm going to have less sales each day, but better sales. And it's interesting because it's going to look like I'm doing less, but the result is a more effective end game. So the reason why I'm doing all this and shrinking my store, I'll tell you exactly why. I forgot what book it is, but in this book, there's a little kid that says to his dad, "Please, Dad, no work tonight. Can you please hang out with me?" And that's just like a punch in the balls. I'm not sure what the female equivalent of that is, but like that is like a massive strike to my masculinity, because as a person that might have a kid in the future, I want to be around for my kid, and that doesn't just mean financially. You can't just, it's easy to say, well, I provide for the family so I don't have to put in that time, but your kids don't understand. Like, so this is something, my friend Loretta, I'm not sure if she wants me to share this, but she mentioned that her dad wasn't around, and I remember that. So like, I don't actually bag on my parents or rag on my parents. They did the best they could. I'm just saying I remember them not being around. Right? I remember spending most of the time by myself, and that's not good in a sense for me. I would like to have been raised with more people around. That, you know, obviously you can't pick who your parents are or what situation you're raised in, but you can try to affect how you parent people. And so for me, I want to be the type of guy that can provide for his family, not just financially, but be there in case they need something to talk about, be there in case there's some kind of emotional issue. I want to know what's going on in their lives, and that's not easy, okay? Because if you want to be the type of person that sets up everything so it works when you're not there, that means you have to crush it. You have to be really, really good at your occupation. You also have to be really, really good at being a community member so that your family is well taken care of and you know what's going on around you. You know your significant other's friend circle. You know your kids' friend circle. You know what they're going through. That's a tremendous investment in time. So a few more things on my habit list are I'm doing premarital counseling because I want to give my marriage the best chance of succeeding. But especially since I think like 90% of my close friends, their parents are either divorced or one of their parents is dead from not taking care of their health. That's horrible. That's 90% or more of the 100 people that I talk to the most that have one parent left. And I'm not even that old, right? One parent left or split parents. So that's really like making me want to, maybe I'm putting a little bit too much pressure on myself, but I just want to be the best significant other and the best parent I can be, right? So that's going to require a lot of work. So I'm doing some counseling ahead. I want to always be working on the relationship. I want to spend a lot of time with her. I want to know what's going on in her work. This is all investment of time, guys. Not only do I write in a journal now twice a day, I now journal with her. We're reading this book. Thank you, Haruna, for I think this book is called Getting the Most Out of Life for Couples or something. I'll link it in the description below. She sent me a book. So we're reading this book together, and I want to continue this ritual of reading 1 or 2 pages or passages a day and working together on what we can do for each other to make the relationship stronger. And on a day-to-day basis, this doesn't do anything, right? It's actually maybe a little bit of a nuisance to do at the end of the day, but it's okay. Over time, I know this is going to add up. Plus, we have a journal that we share together, and we each write something in there. It can be as simple as like, hey, we need a new kitchen knife, whatever. Just like something that you can look over time and be like, whoa, we built something really, really cool together. And that's how I want to approach it because, it's one thing to be really, really good at your job. It's another thing to be really, really good at your community. I had an incredible mentor in 2012 to 2014 before he died from a sudden heart attack at 52. This guy really taught me what it's like to build a community at your workplace. And I think I carried those skills into reselling because I feel like I have a nice reselling family. I check in with people that are I check in with people to see how they're doing. I want to know how their careers are unfolding. I feel the pain when they feel the pain. Like I love this little community that I'm sort of building. But this is what happened with my boss. When he died, there were 2,000 people at his funeral. That's insane. Okay, this is a manager at a car dealership. And this guy had all kinds of problems, health problems, gambling problems. He was not like a lot of personal issues, but that's because he did a really good job of his community, taking care. He took really good care of his wife and kids and all the employees, but didn't take care of himself. So that's really heartbreaking because it's so hard to be a good human being, take care of yourself, and be really good at your job. Usually people only have one of those things, unfortunately, like health, your family and community, and your job. There's 3 of those that you want to be good at. Most people are good at 1 or mediocre at all 3. And I want to be great at all 3. I know that's kind of ambitious. Maybe it sounds dumb to people who are older, like you can't actually do that, but I want to try. And that's why I'm saying that I have never worked harder in my life, and you just don't see it. Like it's just when things are going smoothly, you just don't notice. You only notice when things are going poorly. So right now, I'm not seeing anything happen to me personally, really, that's that negative, but it's sort of because I've been working so hard to be preventative, try to keep track of my health, try to be as well rested as I can. I mean, if you guys have been following me for a while, when I first started this channel, I was like extremely unhealthy because it was addicting. I was trying to make this business work so hard, and it was so hard to build a 10,000 item store. Now in retrospect, I realized that I still want 10,000 items, but I want less SKUs, right? I still want a huge store because I want to be abundant, but I want less SKUs. So that being said, the Anchor store maybe is more catered towards drop shippers or big commercial companies, not for just, solopreneurs like myself. So I just want you guys to realize how hard this is and to give yourself credit. And once you start writing down what you want, like you want to be in good shape, you want to be financially fit, you want to take care of your family, you want to be around for people, you start to realize there's 29 hours of stuff to do in a 24-hour day. And it's easy to say no to garbage. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that really is trivial and does not matter. So it's really not bugging me each day when I see these little things, because the bigger picture is just so significant that all these little things just don't affect me. So hopefully you guys find value in this. If you do, please hit that like button. If you want to subscribe and hit that bell, that would be very useful. I'm going to come out with 3 videos a week now, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. It's either going to be motivation or inspiration stuff like this, or it's going to be how-to DIY stuff. So if you guys appreciate this, you can also send me an email, chris@dailyrefinement.com. I always appreciate people sending me feedback. And just, last thought, I get people's situations that are so negative and toxic that there's no way I can not be grateful. There's no way I can't just wake up with a smile on my face, because I don't have that. I don't wake up to a partner that's not supportive and abusive. That's horrible, right? I don't have that. I'm not waking up with health issues. I don't have that. I don't wake up with crazy family issues at this point. So it's like, I'm just super grateful for what I have left. And if things get taken away from me, I at this point, after seeing so many people with such terrible situations, I'm just grateful. I get it. And I see people like Gary Vee talking about coffee not being as good, or whatever, Adderall can't be as powerful as just being insanely grateful. And I truly agree with that. I'm just so grateful at this point for any opportunity I have to just make it work or make things better. And I also want to balance trying to do stuff for other people. And the reason why I'm spending some time on social media, even though this does not have as much financial bang for my time as just reselling, is because I feel like everyone needs to have that attitude. Everyone needs to provide more than they have. That's going to make the world a lot more abundant and solve a lot of these issues that people are having, when we can start telling people they have more than they can do a lot with what they have, not just marketing endlessly to people that they're not enough. You are enough. And not only are you enough, you can do more than you think, and you can affect a lot more people than you think. So, all right, guys. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care.